Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer your elemental energy bonus reading for the element of air for the month of January of 2026. And these are general readings, so take what works for you, leave the rest. I'm just shuffling and drawing cards for our reading. For the bonus readings, I like to use the Celtic Cross. I feel like it gives us a good little snapshot in time of where things are at in the moment, and then we will hop into some oracle cards, getting a little more clarity or answering some questions about life in general there. And I have a small desk, so this makes it fun when I'm trying to do bigger spreads. If you've never had your charts read, there is a link in the description for a natal chart that Llewellyn produces. It gives you your base 12 houses with all the little signs and symbols, and then there is 10 to 20 pages of a description of what all that means. And in that, there is an elemental alignment, which is kind of interesting because it shows you how the elements actually come forth in your reading and how they actually apply to you as a person. So it's kind of fun to check out. It's not a sponsored link or anything like that, but it is kind of fun. And then all the decks I'm using are linked in the description below as well. And if you have, I read intuitively, so if you see anything different in the cards, feel free to comment that in the comment section. It's always interesting to hear what other people have to say. Because, you know, we're all different, we're all unique, we all have different intuitive gifts, and so this is a way to get a little more clarity, even if it's maybe not the way you thought it would come. So with that, we'll get started with our significator. So this is you in totality in this moment in time, and it is the Queen of Cups air. And the Queen of Cups is showing that you have achieved a great deal, you've started some new things, but you're also manifesting, you're calling forth other things. And this energy is working with Divine Feminine. Basically, you're a warrior queen who's already accomplished, overcome, and achieved. When we're looking at cups, we're looking at emotional maturity, emotional progression, and it's also showing that you have learned to basically be able to manipulate your emotions, which is not always a good thing, but in this instance, I'm feeling it's actually allowed you to overcome challenges in the past. So instead of an emotion overwhelming you, you can catch it and be like, we're not doing this. You could understand and analyze using air's amazing brain talent there to short circuit the emotion from manifesting into a miserable point. And usually you're able to reflect it into something better. And that's this energy that's coming up right now, is being able to transmute because you've achieved so much over the last little bit. So the thing that's crossing you, this is actually contrarian energy to you anyway, is the Nine of Pentacles. Pentacles are earth, so it's air's opposite. And with the Nine of Pentacles, it's showing that there's this, it's almost like there's a completion that you're kind of trying to dodge a little bit, but it's something to do with a business, like you are ignoring that promotions being offered to you. You're ignoring that new business idea. It's almost like you're trying to push away because this is crossing energy. So this is something that is pushing against you. But there's also this energy of, with the peacock going up here, of beauty and maturity. So there's a call to stand into that. But the energy is like, here's a job. I don't want that. Well, here's a business. I don't want that. Well, why? Work. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. It's not like it's a negative thing that's challenging you. It's overcoming your own resistance to that change. It's overcoming the resistance to that new shift in reality. Could be a new opportunity of any form, but that's what they keep showing me, is this promotion or a business, something along those lines. But that's the contrary. So if you can flip that, all of a sudden the doors are going to open up. So your higher self is the Two of Cups. This is a relationship card. It's coming together, either friendship or romantic relationships. This could be a rekindling of the current relationship you're in where the fire amplifies, or it could be the energy of a new friend or the deepening of a friendship. And with the higher self energy, this is saying your higher self is actually wanting to work with you, bond with you stronger as well. And so you've got this connection coming in with the higher self, and it could manifest in a physical person, but there's a spiritual concept here of the higher self, and that's what's being played out here. Is your higher self is reaching out to you, and that's some of those aha moments, those little epiphanies, or the really random dreams when you wake up in the morning and you're like, what was that? That's your higher self trying to communicate and show you ways to maybe even understand this better, because that contrarian energy is not always the most comfortable thing. And with that higher self coming in, it could be that the higher self is saying, ground this new idea into the physical, because you've got a lot of positive things going on in your head, but it might be that transition from the mind into the physical that could be the challenge as well. So your shadow self, excuse me, is the Three of Swords. This one kind of fits for shadow. This is saying that you may have been backstabbed, you may have been betrayed in the past, but your shadow is saying, are you going to let that control you and bleed you out, or are you going to rise the one victorious, where you are going to basically rend this disappointment out of the hands of darkness and take it into the light, where you can be healed and grow. So when we look at your energies through this pillar of existence, your higher self is reaching down to connect with you, because you have achieved and grown beyond, and now you're learning to control and understand yourself, because you have a new beginning starting right here with egg. But your challenge, your shadow is saying, it's time to work through this disappointment, this betrayal, this they keep saying the word corruption, so we'll go with that. But this is what we're working with here, Air, is the swords are your energy, meaning this is something very personal to you, that your shadow is saying, we're bringing this forward now because it's time to work through it. Your shadow will only bring stuff forward in the natural order of things when you're ready or strong enough to process it. If we go diving into the shadow, you can drag up all sorts of things, and that's not always a benefit. But when the shadow is offering it, it's generally because it's time to process it. You have achieved the knowledge, wisdom, abilities to do so. And when you look at your higher self and the significator, this is you right now, meaning you've achieved the abilities to handle this. Your higher self is saying, let me help you, because your shadow is saying, this is the time to release this. It's time to process this. It's time to unburden yourself with this energy. It's no longer yours to carry. So that's actually really positive. And I just have a suspicion here that if you work through that betrayal and that process, that Nine of Pentacles is going to flip to the positive, and you're going to actually have a really successful month. I mean, you're going to have a probably successful month anyway, the way this is looking, but that could accelerate things. Excuse me. Your immediate history, which is the last 1 month, 6 months, or a year, is the Knight of Pentacles, again with that earth energy. But this one is saying that you have been a protector. You have been a defender. You have deflected the negative and projected and reflected the positive, because the sun's coming in and he's actually protecting and warming his friends or her friends. In this instance, Air, this has been you. This green dragon here has been you. You've been stepping up to the plate. You've been doing all of the hard work. You've been buffering things from others. And it's not so much you've been taking slings and arrows. That's not the energy that I'm getting. It's the fact that you've been allowing other people to blossom into the person they are meant to be, because you're able to kind of buffer, beat away, take care of the other situations that might be coming in. And I'm feeling this is more of a coworker situation, but if it's something different in your life, apply it as needed. But you've been the protector, you've been the watchman, and so this last 1 month, 6 months, or a year has been a great deal of learning and expansion, which also leads into how you have become this person, because it's allowed you to stand in that authority, stand in that power, and step into that state of emotional and mental maturity. Your immediate future in the next 1 month, 6 months, or a year is number 4, the Emperor. With the Emperor, we're going back to the water energy still here, so all your water is doing really well. So if you are air dominant, water secondary, this is really going to be a reading for you. But with the Emperor, this is the divine masculine coming in. Remember, with the Queen of Cups, you have an essence of the divine feminine. So this is saying in the future, you're coming into an aligned balanced state with the masculine and the feminine, the union of opposites, which is also where you have that earth energy, which is contrary to air. But if you can figure out a way to unify that into a positive thing, that's where transmutation and alchemy come into play. But the Emperor is bringing in success. This is championing forward. This is overcoming obstacles. This is being able to project the mind's ideas into a manifested physical form. And this is a time where you get to really expand. So this next 1 month, 6 months, or a year, the expansion that you're being offered, the power of awareness that is going to grow beyond where you thought you were. Like, you've done so much to achieve this energy that it's not even funny. But then your future saying, we're not even done yet. We're going to continue going. So air, brace yourself. It's going to keep moving positively, but I'm feeling like it's going to actually amplify. Where you've been kind of steady moving up, it's going to accelerate that. So let's see what your side column is. So this is your attitude. This is kind of your inside world, what's going on inside you. Again, with the Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles here is showing that you have succeeded. You've succeeded in ways you could not possibly imagine. And in your mind, you're like, how did this happen? Like, you're grateful for what you've got. You're actually happy about how far you've come, overcoming situations. You may not be where you want to be yet, Air, and that's fine. We're all still growing. That's humanity. But you've achieved so much that look at the prosperity. The kids or your employees, they're feeling the success. You and your partner are feeling success. If you're single, it's just you, but you might be inviting a partner. This energy of success and hearth and home and things settling down and things being stable, and in this energy of abundance, however that looks like for you, is so overwhelming almost. This attitude you have, or this inner world, is kind of feeling shocky. Like, no, I have all this, but how? And it could be the reminder to look around you and see just exactly how far you've come, because when we look at that, we start to get that appreciation and that gratitude, and that also helps amplify that energy. So your inner world is actually really good right now. So your outside environment, these are the things that are outside of your control. These are the outside forces that might be trying to affect you. We have the first negative of cups, the 4 of cups. And this one is really saying, don't get overwhelmed with what you don't have. Don't keep looking for, I need more, I need more, I need more. Look at what you have down here. Yes, you've got more coming in, that's true. But it almost feels like you're trying to hoard it and not actually share it. It's like you're trying to, there's this energy of lack. Like, if I hoard it all, then I'll always have some. That's true, but why not invest it? Why not work with the finances, work with the situation? Because it's just like if you suffocate a flower and keep it away from the light and, hold it too much, it will eventually die. That's what they're saying here is this energy is not so much a negative one, but the outside energy is trying to encourage you or push at you to, oh, don't do too much. Don't expand. Don't do this, because you don't know what's going to happen. If your heart and soul are aligned with that movement, do it. And that's where this emotional intelligence comes in. This is you. Meaning you know where you're at. You know what you're expecting. You know how to grow forward. But the outside environment is like, oops, be careful. You don't want to go too far. You don't want to overextend. Follow your heart and soul, Air, because that's going to guide you. If you are looking at the analytics and you're like, ooh, this isn't a good idea, then don't do it. If you're looking at it going, actually, calculated risk here, follow your heart on this, because that's what that Queen of Cups is saying, is you have the emotional and mental intelligence to do this because you've done so much. The outside environment is being a little bit of a toad right now, so let them be their grumpy little selves over there, because you've got this. Your hopes and fears is number 1, the shaman, traditional tarot. This would be the magician. And your hope is that you have all the skills, tools, and abilities that you need to move forward. Tell you a secret, Air, you already have that. That's what this card is saying. You already have that. So this is just that reminder of your hopes. Yes, you might have to learn a couple new things, Air, which is totally within your boundary because you love education and knowledge. So that's not a big deal. Your fear is that you are missing a piece, that you don't have that you are afraid, if I try this and fail, it's because I didn't know enough. None of us know enough, first of all. You can ask any CEO of any Fortune 500. When they started out, they didn't know enough. They could have studied every book on the planet. It's experience that creates the wisdom. And that's that fear. Overcoming that fear is saying, you know what? I may not know it all, but if I'm going to try, I will learn the rest. And that's what the shaman's message is here with your hopes and fears. Your hope is that you have everything, which you do. Your fear is, what if I don't? Well, if you don't, you'll learn it. Pretty simple for air, because that's really what your energy does. Your outcome, final card here, is the Queen of Swords. Don't cry over spilled milk is the first energy that comes forward. Yes, you may not have had the exact success that you wanted, but look at what you have created in the meantime. This reading is about, don't get so tied up in one outcome. I mean, that's good, keep your eyes on the prize type thing. But when you only focus on one thing as you're moving forward, you may miss all of the other successes that you've had. Yes, that one thing may not have planned out, but look at how far you've come. That one thing didn't maybe work out the way you wanted it to, but look at how much knowledge you've gained so that you can try again. And I bet you if you try again, you're going to shorten that time period of having to go through all of the nonsense before. So overall, when we look at this reading here, there is a very strong sense of personal awareness, of personal growth. Your challenges are actually more about dealing with doubt and self-deprecation, which we all deal with at some point in our lives. That's just humans. But your overall outcome is saying, don't worry about all that. That's not necessary, because your success is actually shining around you, even if, oops, I didn't get the business started the way I wanted to. Okay, do you have the knowledge to try again? You got this. So the theme underlying all of this is the Fool, number 0. And when we look at the Fool, this is that joyful idiot, if we will. This is saying, yes, you're putting your foot on the path. You're starting something new. Do you know everything yet, Air? No, no one does. But are you going to have fun on the journey? Heck yeah, you are. This month is about your expanding joy. This is your expanding emotional knowledge. You already are emotionally prepared for this. You're mentally ready for it. You've got this energy of the new coming in over here with the new egg. So the Fool, the underlying theme through this whole month for you is something new is beginning. You're not going to know everything. But one thing that I can say for sure is that the ride you're going to be on is going to be so enjoyable that, yes, you might have to learn a few things. Yes, there's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way. That's life. But it's not going to be like, oh, poor me. I just could not succeed. You did succeed. Maybe just not in the way you thought originally. That's why when you're moving through these paths, you adapt, you grow, and you change with each shift in awareness and abilities. So that's where your tarot's at. Let's hop over to your oracle cards. Before we do that, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and comment. Let me know your thoughts, feelings, and impressions. With the oracle cards, I pull 3 cards, and if you have a question, you can pause the video right now, ask your question, get clear on that, and we'll see if the cards answer it, or the cards may just be more clarification for the reading. So with that, your first card is, oh good grief, New Beginnings. Begin your new life. Air, this reading, the underlying message for it, and really your outcome is saying you're ready. Even your significator is saying there's something new coming in. This month is a time of transformation for our air family, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I don't think I said that earlier, but if you're in that air family and something's feeling like you're moving, you're shifting, it's because you have a new beginning coming in. This is that phoenix rising from the ashes. You're rising beyond the person you used to be, the position you used to be. So over this course of this month, notice the shifts and changes. Look for the opportunities, or maybe not look, be aware of opportunities. When you search for something, you normally never can find it. Like when you're looking for your keys and you swore you put them on the counter, they're still sitting there, but you search the whole house because you can't find them. Don't look for new beginnings. Be aware of them, because the opportunities are definitely going to be showing up this month. Your second oracle card is the Archangel Raphael, provider of healing for mind, body, and soul. Raphael is also the angel of the east and of air. So this is your patron angel, air, for working. And this is also saying you have the skills to heal these past traumas, that shadow energy of the Three of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and crossing. You have the ability to work through this. And if you are struggling or you just feel like you want an extra hand, a little help on that, Archangel Raphael is coming in to be supportive. He's also known as the Divine Surgeon, so if you're dealing with something that's maybe health related, working with this angel is going to be very beneficial, and it's going to help with any form of healing, really. If you're working with emotional healing, Raphael and Gabriel are the two, which also with all the water in your chart or your cards this month, that's not a bad thing to work with. But when you are working in that energy of healing and expansion, be ready for the shift in perspective as well, because sometimes our healing is shifting how we look at situations, and all of a sudden the problem just fades away, which is kind of fun. Not always, but it does happen. Your message from your third message is competition, summon the courage and self-confidence. This is your time to step up. If it's pushback like that Four of Cups in your outer environment, this could be where you have to kind of step up and say, you know what, we're not doing this. I have my path. I am doing my thing. This is where I have been led to go. Move. You don't have to be like harsh about it, but this is the energy. When you have competition, steel can sharpen steel. So you actually grow from competition. You get stronger, you get wiser, you get more experience. So the competition's not negative. The competition is calling you to embrace the courageous part. That the four of the Emperor in the future. This is you. You're stepping into courage. You're stepping into being projective. You're stepping into a new future where everything is moving, shifting, growing, expanding. The competition is helping you refine those abilities. The competition is helping you hone your skill set. It's bringing you into a state where you may not have started knowing, but you're going to end knowing. So overall, Air, you've got a really interesting month. There's a lot of busy going on here, but it's busy in a positive way. You're shifting into something that is even stronger and more aware than what you originally thought. So with that, I will let you guys and gals go. Have a great month of January, and I will see you in the next video.